Hello, I'm Julian Hurst. I'm here today to tell you about an exciting, challenging new research and practice in higher education MA being offered by Kingston University London. Primarily designed both for those who are currently working in higher education or have experience of working in the sector in the past, this new qualification aims to equip students with a critical understanding of different higher educational practices, along with an ability to research these practices in a scholarly way for the benefit of their own professional future and, of course, for personal satisfaction. This course has been developed by the Centre for Higher Education Research and Practice, otherwise known as CHERP, which was founded just over a year ago. CHERP has a key role to play in terms of academic and professional enhancement within a complex higher educational sector, and developing research into the field of higher education studies so that practice, scholarship and research feed into each other seamlessly. Ultimately, CHERP aims at enhancing and advancing the professional practice in higher education in the widest sense of the term. I spoke to Dr. Roberto Di Napoli, Programmes Director at the Centre for Higher Education and Research and Practice, to tell me more.
First of all, it's original in that it looks at higher education in an ecological fashion. In other words, rather than concentrating on certain aspects of higher education like learning and teaching or management and leadership, it looks at higher education as a composite of different professions from different professional angles. The second point for which this MA is original is that it is really research-based. In other words, from the very beginning, we instill into our students what I call the research habit. In other words, the habit of asking the right questions, finding the right methods to answer those questions, and also the best ways to actually communicate those answers, not only to an audience of specialists, but also to a lay audience. The OLMA is divided into 5 modules. The first module is very generic and is really an introduction to what higher education is and the difference between higher education and the idea of universities and all that. It includes topics such as globalization, marketization, the student voice, all the topics that are today so hot when we talk about higher education studies. Module 2 is completely dedicated to research and research methods. But it's done in a different way from the way in which usually these modules are done. The methods, rather than coming from the top, they come from the tap, so that people understand that, the difference between qualitative research and quantitative research is not so clear-cut, and it completely depends not on people's preferences, but on the kind of question they actually ask themselves. In Module 3, we go into the realm of professionalism and interprofessionalism, and what it means to look at higher education as an interprofessional area in which people come together to solve problems from different angles. So we will look at a case study with the original actors, a case study which involved quite a lot of people within the University of Kingston, and then with that, we push forward with a second case study that people have got to solve for assessment purposes. Module 4 is about choosing, it's about specialization in a sense, it's about choosing one area of interest to each candidate and to a literature review around that in preparation for Module 5, which is a research module in which people will be invited to find a question within the area of their choice and answer that question in the final dissertation. Module 5 concludes with a conference presentation of all the papers, of all the pieces of research, so that students have got an opportunity to actually see that when they research, they have to be ready to actually present results not only to their peers, but to people who may not know anything about higher education at all. And we think this is, again, another very valuable aspect of learning in this MA.
Higher education is key to expanding people's knowledge, their personal and professional horizons, and their contribution to society's well-being and welfare. This course aims explicitly at creating inquisitive, critically aware and well-prepared professionals in higher education who can impact positively with their knowledge, skills and inquiry-led attitudes on the future of the sector. If you would like to know more about the Research and Practice in Higher Education MA, please do contact us by following the links on screen now. We look forward to hearing from you.